Hi, and thank you guys. I really want to use my voice to say thank you very much for each and every subscribe, like, and please keep on commenting. I appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, where we dive into all things reality TV, celebrity news, and podcasts. I'm so excited to share all the latest gossip and updates with you. Get ready to be entertained and stay in the loop with all your favorite stars. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more fun content. Let's jump right in.
Yes, hi. Hi, everyone. Please like the video and subscribe. I had to redo this video back over again. I'll show a bit of it and then I'll continue to talk.
My story begins here, in Terror Heights. As a young boy, growing up in a single-parent home, it was very challenging. Growing up poor, it put us in an awkward position, especially for me when going to school being bullied, not being able to wear the clothes that others had on, the shoes or the latest shoes. I got tired of having less than. So I started cutting grass, started raking leaves, so therefore I could start buying my own clothes and certain shoes. I never still had the best because, each yard I probably charge about $5 a cut in my neighborhood. When I say the cards weren't on my side, they were not on my side. I think that the bullying forced me to really stand up even stronger. It forced me to get into fights, caused me to be angry. With that being said, I was sent to an alternative school, 6th grade year, but I stayed the entire year because of my trouble there.
If you're trying to scale your coaching,
after high school, my life began to change a lot. I finally made my mind up to go to college. I received a football scholarship at Alabama University. And my life with football on campus, it was pretty amazing. I would have thought I was the man on campus. The guy could do no wrong. The guy that had everything that he wanted. Now, I think that was one of my problems too. It just was a little too arrogant. I played football for 4 years, but my senior year, I dropped out. What really made me, I would say, drop out was the passing of my grandmother, who was very influential in my life, who kind of helped mold who I was as well over the years. After I dropped out of college, I went straight.
Let me start again.
My story begins here, in Terror Heights. As a young boy, growing up in a single-parent home, it was very challenging. Growing up poor, it put us in an awkward position, especially for me when going to school being bullied, not being able to wear the clothes that others had on, the shoes or the latest shoes. I got tired of having less than. So I started cutting grass, started raking leaves, so therefore I could start buying my own clothes and certain shoes. I never still had the best because, each yard I probably charge about $5 a cut in my neighborhood. When I say the cards weren't on my side, they were not on my side. I think that the bullying forced me to really stand up even stronger. It forced me to get into fights, caused me to be angry. With that being said, I was sent to an alternative school, 6th grade year, but I stayed the entire year because of my trouble there.
if you're trying to scale your coaching,
after high school, my life began to change a lot. I finally made my mind up to go to college. I received a football scholarship at Alabama University. And my life with football on campus, to me, it was pretty amazing. I would have thought I was the man on campus. The guy could do no wrong. The guy that had everything that he wanted. Now, I think that was one of my problems too. It just was a little too arrogant. I played football for 4 years, but my senior year, I dropped out. What really made me, I would say, drop out was the passing of my grandmother, who was very influential in my life, who kind of helped mold who I was as well over the years. After I dropped out of college, I went straight into the mortgage industry, which only lasted me about a year and a half. After that, I became a detention officer for the Madison County Sheriff's Department, where it was more of me interacting with inmates. And actually, it was like a lot of people that I knew back from Terry Heights, where I grew up from, which was like more of a damper on things, because here I am trying to tell all these guys what to do and how to do, when to wake up, when they can eat. And these are people that I not only went to school with, but these are some of the people that I played with in the community. I lost my job as a detention officer, and my life seemed it was over at that point. I was at my lowest point of life. To me, it was like I lost everything. My car, my home, furniture. I had to move back in with my mom. Friends, they turned their back on me. Family members weren't doing certain things that I was asking. So it was very challenging for me. I got back into college, and it was even challenging for me at that point too, because a lot of the teachers there, even students, they looked at me as if I didn't belong. But I made it up in my mind that I was going to finish school. And this is where I met my lovely wife, Melody. So I finished. So now I finished college and now became a teacher. But all along, I was always an entrepreneur. My principal came into my classroom, gave me an ultimatum, and said, Martell, now you own your phone quite too much conducting business, but you are doing a great job teaching these kids. I went to his office and I told him that I was going to resign. Now, in 1 year, I was facing more opportunities that will give me a even better lifestyle. So we ventured off into something that you call property preservation properties. Our business grew. One thing I would say is word of mouth, because of the quality that we was giving to our customers over the years. And also, I would take it back to when we were, cutting up flyers and handing flyers out to customers trying to gain their business. I would say some of the keys to our success was really simple. It was dedication, hard work, and having that willingness to not give up when things get a little difficult. My wife had to encourage me to continue on when we were dealing with these houses because...
Yes, so that is just number one. Ebony, how are you? She said Martell isn't a victim. When I first heard this, he was given chance, not one, not two, or third chance was being with Melody, and he fumbled that. That is so true. The reason why I did this because I'm doing this video is because I'm talking about broken home. Many of us come from broken home, especially when you're from the Caribbean country. We always grow up with one parent. We normally see either the mom with a bunch of kids. You barely find home with two parents. And if they have two parents, you see they grow up in a different way. They act in a different way. Sometimes they do act out, but it's most of the time it will be blamed because they work their friend with children who is from broken home. And I want people to understand that broken home is not that it's a bad thing, and that you can't turn around and be a better person. Obviously, he's not a victim, but the system of broken home affects you as you grow up. It's different for girls when it comes and from boys. So, as I would say, because of the life he had, is the reason why he feel more. It's not that he doesn't love Melody. He feel more connected to Course Law. And that's the reason why he keep going back to that same place where this girl is a menace in his life. This girl is gonna destroy his entire life, his future basically, and his children's future. Because his kids is 100% affected by this. Now they are not broken. They are not in a broken home because it's only one parent. Whether they're with their dad and this week or they're with their mom the next week, it doesn't matter. They are broken now. It's not a whole family anymore. And this girl, he allowed this girl to come in and destroy his entire family. Only because there's a connection between him and this girl. And it stemmed from when he was growing up. We know that Melody, she grew up alone. But Martell, he grew up in a family where being a criminal was okay. Course law, allegedly, I think I heard that she was touched as a child. Yeah. So he said, I grew up with both parents and they are still together after all these years. Yeah. And you know, with everything, because I know that when you growing up, you didn't feel like, oh, I can do this on my own, or I want to do this on my own. You're more likely to say, oh, I'm gonna stick with my husband no matter what. And kids who are from broken home is more like saying, the boys are more like, oh, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna do whatever I want. So they don't respect the wife because they didn't grow up where they see their dad respecting their mom. And for the girls, it's like you want to hold on to it, but at the same time, you're like, hmm, I can do it on my own. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Melody grew up as a single parent, but she made her. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She made it her circumstance better. But for girls, it's totally different compared to boys. Completely different. And many people don't understand that when you grow up in a home that is broken, there's a lot of issues that come up. Because especially with black family, many of us with the awareness where they face difficulty because they don't really understand, they don't see two parents, so they tend to go to in crime. Obviously, he doesn't speak about his crime. His father being in prison, he haven't spoke about that, but that's also an issue as well. The blaming and the shaming. He doesn't want to blame his mom, but it's also part of it. The mental issue that it can cause as well on young black men when they grow up in a broken home. Many people don't understand that this broken home is coming from slavery, where many of our forefathers. In slavery time, many black family were separated, where the children mostly were left with their mom, and the dad was separated to go and work in different plantation. Um, and many of the children, as they grow up, they didn't go with their dad. So as black people grow up out of slavery, we don't used to the life of saying, "Oh, I need my mom, I need my dad." It's like, I can do it, and I'm gonna do it, whether you're struggling or not. I don't need a dad. And most of the time, that can mentally affect your children as they grow up, because they've seen mom struggling, and mom have to go to work. They need someone to help them with their own work. They don't have anyone. They're having problem at school. They don't have anyone to speak to as well. And that can, and remember, most of the time the children, they're not ill because there's no one helping them through that struggle. There's no one to speak to. And as they grow up, they have that mindset. We know that that girl, the coleslaw, she came from a broken home. She believes that she came from two-parent home, where her dad did not live in the home, but she said she's in a two-parent home. But she's from a broken home as well. And it seemed like she was touched, allegedly, when she was growing up. And so, Martell is a ninja who just dirty and wicked. He sure is. Exactly. Yeah. So, I have different clips I'm going to show, the different part of it. Okay.
How you feeling?
You'll get a tan over there,
I
son.
already got one from yesterday.
We was talking about Martell being healed from the divorce.
So you just mentioned your song and they asked me to. That was a trigger. Like what? But I didn't react. It's cool. That's you throwing them jizz ads. I've grown, and certain things I accept. Your song, okay, it's cool. Because I guess that was part of your healing process too.
I'm proud of you, Martell.
I am too. A year ago, he would have went ballistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a new day. I'm with my family. I'm sipping now, so y'all just be happy and let it do what it do, okay?
Mama Holt, when you grew up, did y'all used to talk about things like as a family whenever things, or did y'all just kind of brush over them and pass them, or did y'all have conversations?
Baby, my life was totally different than y'all's today. You know, I work 2 jobs. I work my ass off. You know what I mean? So that's why when I go to work, they gonna do what they supposed to do. You know, and if they get in trouble, you know, and if I done told them, I'm gonna whoop their ass, but that's their mother. I just did what I knew how to do.
Right.
Yeah. Just be there, tell them right
Support.
from wrong. Yeah, always.
Great support base, yeah.
Oh, I
So like if
someone,
if one of them was hurting, right, or sad, or something happened at school, I know, Martell, you talk a lot about how you were bullied growing up, right?
they don't be whining, you know.
Yeah, I don't even think I mentioned it to her. I
But
think
that's
I went.
not considered whining as a kid.
Yeah, it is.
Not when you 7 and 8. Martell's mom's response about communication and how she was in terms of with raising her kids, and her, you know, feeling like, well, that's not what we do in my house. I mean, again, it explains a lot pertaining to maybe how you were when they were kids to now them being these adults and unable to communicate. As you're trying to change the trajectory of things, you got to understand where you've been and heal from that so you can truly move forward.
That's a good thing. They got both of y'all as parents.
Yeah.
This thing, a single woman raising 2 children. Baby, I'd have gave anything to have my kids' dad around.
But your grandmama helped a lot, didn't she?
Yeah. Well, you know, my mom was there, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't throw my kids on my mom.
The fact of the matter is that there's nothing like family.
It ain't, baby. And especially you got good stories.
And family should come before anything.
Oh, yeah.
whether it be biological or by marriage or by children together.
Yeah, we show the love.
You know, you guys have to love and respect each other.
Yep.
Nothing comes before that.
Right.
Yep, hopefully it can stay like this.
As long as you don't start no with me, it's gonna stay like this. Well, I'm gonna check on these kids.
I was gonna say it's gonna be whatever we make it.
I gotta overlook everything Melody be saying. Everything.
I ain't studying them. Hey, do y'all, baby.
And you can see the difference where I said between a girl growing up in a broken home and a guy growing up in a broken home. This man need therapy. And I agree when Melody told the court tell the court that he should get help. He need to, because the lack of support he had from his mom make you see that he doesn't even trust women. And he doesn't even listen to women. So I can imagine when Melody saying, "Oh, you're hurting me. You're doing these things." He doesn't take it serious, and that's why he continue doing it. Because to him, it's just like she's just complaining. Like I complained when I was younger to my mom. I didn't get any help. So now you're just complaining, and you just have to deal with it. And then you see the difference with Melody, where her mom, she grew up where she can speak to her mom, and her mom would advise her in the best way how to go around certain situation. It's also important when you're growing children in a village. Assessing mental health is essential. It helped to break the stigma surrounding broken home. So seeking help is always important. Getting support is also very important as well. And I hope, like, in today's world, Black man could see how broken home affect children. Because if he realized what he have done to his own children from the start, I think he would have left that girl alone. But he didn't see that whatever he was doing was gonna affect his own children later on. The benefit is that Melody is giving them counseling, which is good. That will help them from not repeating the same mistake their dad did. Where Coleslaw, she don't care. She's from a broken home. I think her mom was a side chick, allegedly. So to her, it doesn't matter. It's like, I see this home and I need to be part of it, no matter what. Where Martell is the man of the house, and he's bringing this lady that's gonna later on destroy his home. But he doesn't see that. And boys who from broken home, they tend to be very jealous. And I believe the power between Melody and Martell is one of the main issue of why Martell continued to use this girl to distract his wife, to cause misery to her as well. Because he's jealous. Because it's like he doesn't have much power. Because once they start the business, Melody, she's the one controlling the business. She's the one doing everything. And it's like he sit home, he's like he replaced the mom. And she's the man. She's the man of the house, the head one. She's going out there, she's making the money. And he's the one at home taking care of the children. So if you look at his life, it's like I'm that little boy at home, and my mom is out there working 2 jobs. She's the head of the house. She's working. She's bringing the money in, and I'm at home. Obviously, he's making trouble as he grow up. Him and his brother. But there's no one to help lead him out of the destruction that he's gonna cause later on to his children, to his own self. Like I feel like his grandma was the only person that probably was gonna help him out of it, but unfortunately she died. Then the next part is control. When he was working in the prison system, he felt power, control, where when he's in the house, he feel like he have that control and that power, but he does not. And that's why he have that control over his son. He's trying to make his son like, no, I am the man of this house. And I think that's why he pick on his son so much. Okay, let's listen to a different part.
I was stupid, really stupid. Something to
Missed a lot.
I know I did.
You know, you missed a lot. My mom, she was mom and dad, and that's why I respect her so much. That's why we're like best friends, because she always had my back. But little black boys growing up due to their fathers being incarcerated is very tough. I suffered bullying when I was in school too. It's like, you know, you run home to whom? Your mom, you know, certain things a mom would not understand, regardless of how good of a mother she has been to you. But I just know if he was there to have, to guide me on the right path, that I would have been a lot better off. You know, you didn't see me walk across the stage, or we didn't go fishing together. You know, some of the smaller things. I went to college, I graduated, got a wife, taking care of the kids. So it's like everything is good. But just I can't even imagine if it wasn't good, then I would point a finger at you. You remember that? You remember when I visited you? Because I think after that, that's why we lost contact after that.
But now the time went by, man, you know what I'm saying? Now I didn't think about my kids, though. It was painful for me as far as dealing daily, man, and years, and without, you know, being able to see my kids like I always wanted to see my kids.
Yeah.
Were around my kids.
Man,
but
20-some years.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I never forget my children, you know what I'm saying now?
Yeah.
And then I never stopped loving my kids, period.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So what did you go to jail for? What did you do?
So I was a hustler, man. I was always hustling.
Was you selling like marijuana?
That's all. That's all the word at the time.
Like how many times did you get in trouble for those 22 years to add up?
Well, see, it didn't take so many times to get a lot of time like I got.
Oh, really?
It just took that one fall.
Really?
But I always acknowledge there's gonna be some repercussion behind things that you know that's not right.
Yeah. So you saying you got all that time for selling marijuana?
Exactly.
Man, that's so
exactly.
Wrong. Man.
Son, you awesome though, and I say that to say this here, man. I take my hat off to you because you know why? Probably, you know, if you had a son that was growing up with another father figure, man, so he'd have been in the same situation that the father would have been in.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That's what I respect you about the most. I like how you became to be your own man.
Right now, since first time, you know, telling me that, I'm proud of you. Despite my frustrations with my dad, I definitely feel that he has a lot of love in his heart. I feel that this is like the beginning of trusting, and, you know, we have to trust each other to continue to open up and to meet up and want to better our relationship. So this is step one.
Okay, as I said before, this his dad is saying, "Oh, I'm so proud of you because you now become a man," and only for him to repeat the same mistake that his dad did. The same mistake that his dad have committed, he have done the same thing. If his dad knew that later on, within probably at that moment, Martell was messing up. I think when he was speaking to his dad at that moment, his dad didn't know that, yes, Martell is going to mess up. He's gonna end up breaking up his own family, and he's proud of Martell. But then it's like, whoa, I heard you say this, that you're proud of me, but deep down, I am still not ill. I'm still that boy. You can hear that said, because I want you, I'm proud of you, and I don't want to see that you not have your son, and you're not gonna cause the same thing I caused, which is causing a broken home. And obviously, as I said, when a young boy is from a broken home, they tend to repeat the same thing. They tend to repeat the same thing as their dad. And that's exactly what he did. He has committed another broken home. Another broken home he has committed. I don't feel sorry for him. This is something for black man to learn. Like, if you out there and you're married, your side girl is only going to destroy your family and cause your children to have the same repeat later on in life. So I would hope that young black man, if you're not ready to commit yourself to one woman, and you're not ready to be a father, don't get married. If you want to be a player, be a player. Because it's not every woman out there is gonna put up with a man causing misery in the family and accept these men destroying their children's life. Like Nell, she was a side girl, just the same as Ariane. So Nell is gonna accept everything that come at her. When Nell husband step out, when she got married and they have children, he step out. She didn't mind because she know that she caused the broken home. It's the same as this girl. She caused the broken home, so she doesn't mind whatever he do. When he got married to her, and if he treat her bad, if he cheat on her, if he sleep around, she doesn't care because she don't want her son to have a broken home. So she's not going to make him leave. She's gonna stick with him no matter what, because she caused a broken home for someone else. She's not gonna make a broken home for her child. So I said that she's probably married to Martell, and I'm telling you, she's not going to cause a broken home with Martell. Evan said he's a liar. He said his grandmother helped to raise him. Her grandmother love is one of a kind and would teach him what he wasn't getting from his mom. Yeah, that is true. That is true. I don't think his grandmother was like there so much. She probably does help a bit. But you can see that Martell was a bad child from day one. He's already stuck in his own ways growing up. You have those kids where they're very stubborn. You tell them to sit down here and they're all over the place. And he's been bullied from a very young age. So that even helped create his mindset, where he doesn't care what anyone else say. He knew exactly what he was doing. That's why he got the chance he was given. Yes, he didn't value family. No, nice. He definitely did not value anything to do with family. Where Melody is different. She valued family. Even though she was from a broken home, but she and her mom were so close where they speak about everything. And she already planned out how she want her life to be. But what I'm telling you, this Syrian girl is not going to leave Martell no matter what. Because she want to make sure she don't create a broken home for her son. It's the same thing for Nell. When Nell husband was cheating on her, he was away from the home for 8 months or 1 year. I can't remember how long she said. And she went and she got him. And she stick into the married. Because side chicks, when they create broken home in someone else's family, they don't like it to happen to them. So what they do, they cause one misery to the next. But when it comes to their kids, they don't want that to happen to their kids. Misery is all that they throw at Mel has not touched her. No, Mel is strong. Mel have a strong foundation. Melody have a strong foundation, and the foundation she have is her mom. Girls tend to function more in broken home than guys. And the thing is, the reason why Martell keep causing that problem to Melody is because of control. It's control, and it's also jealousy. You hear when he said, when I lose my job, my friend they all left me, and I have to move back with my mom. Yeah. So when you see him said, "Oh, my friend left me," now he's a big man now, and he's telling his friend, "Oh, you need to pick between me and Melody," because he doesn't want that same little boy. He's still there today. He has not grown up. He's a big man, but he's still that same little boy. Where he said, "I don't want my friend to leave me, so you need to pick a side." And you wonder which grown man would come against a woman and said, "Oh, you need to pick a side." And they're female, and he's telling a female to pick a side if she's going to be friend with him or with his wife. And you wonder, is that right? No, it's not. He still have that small little boy mentality. And it's not broken. And when Mel said he needs therapy, she does. She's right, 100%. Because he's not gonna stop, because he still has not grown up. Yes, that's right. The kids are in therapy, so they go. Yes, that is the key, especially the son. He needs therapy more sharper than the girls. I'm telling you, the boy he needs therapy the most. The most he needs therapy the most out of all of them. He needed the most because his life. Remember, sons they reflect their life according to their dad. So he's more affected than the girls. And that's why Melody life is different the way she is, because she and her mom is best friend. You can see that definitely. Ebony, you're right. Him and his mom are not best friend because his mom, she have a mentality where she said, "I'm out here working 2 jobs. Like your boy, come on, be tough." You can see that Martell, even though he's stubborn, he's a very soft, emotional boy. where he wear everything on his down on his sleeve. So you could see when his mom is talking to him and she said, "Oh, no, I'm doing 2 jobs. I don't have time for that. It's not like you guys." So, and you could see it's like you want to cry. It's like Martha want to cry at that very moment because he's still affected. He's still affected. And if he doesn't get help, he's gonna drive himself in a very dangerous situation. And he's not, because as I said, I have a situation where very close where they're the same star signs as Mel and Martell. And the it's the girl that is broken. The female. She is broken. She went to care home to care home to care home. And she has grown up as in a broken home where her parents are crooks and thief. So she have the same mentality as them. And now she have children and she's now putting her children in the same situation. The boy, he has a more a community where he has a family base surround him, helping him. So he tend to do not go into that situation where he doesn't want to affect his children. So he tried to protect them, while the mother, she's the one causing the disturbance to the kids. And you wonder, why would the mom cause her own children problem? And it's all to do with the way she grew up. She grew up in a broken home, so she don't mind her kids them being in a broken home, because that's how she know. He grew up in a broken home as well, but the difference is that he grew with a community where he have someone surrounded him, even though he's a male. And Martell, he doesn't have that. He doesn't have a community. So he built his community around his friends. And he feel like he honed them and he control them. And this girl, she's not helping him. This girl is a torturer. She's like a serpent where she see this family and she's here to destroy and conquer that family. Whatever mean necessary. That means she's there just to completely destroy the family. Completely. She don't care what happened because she's from a broken home. She's been touched. And you know what I mean, touched. Like, she's been touched. So, to her, I'm here to take what I want. And I see what I want and I like it. And I'm going to take it. And he's just a little boy, don't understand the difference of what's going on. No, he didn't. He just like his dad. It's all for Farad, because Ninja was giving me. Yes, he was. Absolutely. And his mom, she know. She see it. But she's not a mom where she's gonna tell him stop. Because she's at fault. She know she's at fault as well. And even though he grew up and he's a big man now, where she could stop it, she could step in at any time and she could say, Martell, come on. This is the end of it now. Stop it now. No more. And he would stop. But because she know what she caused, she and his dad, both of them caused this problem. She allowed him to continue to destruct his ex-wife. And he's not going to stop. He's not going to stop at any point. Because you go back to Melody. Melody was the one who helped Martell to be who he is today.
What's up? I am in Atlanta, Georgia. If you guys have not visited the new location of Slim and Husky, just know you're missing out on.
only China can decide that they want to use.
Make sure each other's good, got each other's back, and all that type of stuff. So
That's right. That's right.
that's what kept us together, having each other's back. And the thing is, Melody always had my back from, I guess, the beginning. I dropped out of school in, 04? I got back in 06, and Melody, she's one of the reasons that she helped fund my first semester, first 2 semesters of college when I went back to school. She loaned me, about $1,500?
Yep.
Woo, big timer.
Hey, that was something right there back in the day.
I tell you, both of us, she ain't had no money for real, loaning me $1,500.
Right, I was just working 2-3 jobs at the time, so I was able to, yeah.
Right. So but I tell you, now that done multiplied.
Over the years, continue to multiply.
That's right.
Yeah. Like you said, encouraging each other, having each other's back, that's so important in any relationship. And seeing each other through life's changes, life's growth, life's disappointments, life's heartaches. We've experienced so much together. Birthdays, people's anniversaries, our anniversaries. We've experienced death. We've experienced birth. Experiencing all of those things together.
That's right.
That's what makes your bond strong, going through life together.
That's right.
Okay. And she's not right. She's not lying. It's the truth. But the thing is, Martell, once he met this girl make him feel like he had a cheerleader. This girl make him feel like he had a cheerleader. And that he had someone better than his wife. He didn't have Melody back when he was sliding and slipping with this girl. He didn't have her back. And that's why to this day, he commit what he did. And Martell is in a competition with Melody. At this moment, it's a competition where who's going to be on top and who's going to be at the bottom. We already know Melody is already surpassed Martell already. But he won't give up. And I feel like if this girl was not in his life, he probably would have stopped already. Because Martell, he's one of those weak men where, yes, he's behind everything. He's telling her what to do and so on. But because he doesn't have anyone telling him to stop, if someone, that's like his uncle. And his uncle said, Martell, you need to stop. And he's like, oh, Melody, she's not doing certain things. And he said, but why is she not doing certain things? And he said, because she's out working all the time. And I'm at home with
Make sure each other's good, got each other's back, and all that type of stuff.
And his uncle said, but Martell, she's out working. Then that's when you're supposed to be supporting her. And he's like, yeah, you're right. And whatever the uncle was saying to him at that moment, he was like, yes, you're right. Yes, that was right. So I said, if this girl was telling him, okay, Martell, let's stop now. Like, let's focus on our life. You're not divorced, you're not part of it. But this girl, she is willing to fight because she don't want Melody to come back. So if she can continue to cause problem for the two of them, I wouldn't be surprised if she would help encourage certain things to happen. Like, she put out that photo of the security guard, and it's like he told in Queen Sheba, we see he sent a message to Melody like saying he's sorry. What are you doing that for? You see I'm on the line. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have anyone to tell him to stop, so he's not gonna stop. And to end with Martell is to say, at this moment, he's in a competition with Melody, and then you have this girl where she feel that there's a connection, like I've just played, where they said,
Make sure each other's good, got each other's back, and all that type of stuff. So
That's right. That's right.
that's what kept.
even we don't know fully what's going on between the two of them. With Melody, she's obviously she's not happy what's going on, but she still have a connection to Martell, and Martell still have a connection to her. And the thing is that this girl is between them. Sorry, is between the both of them, I should say. And she's trying to destroy it, and she's trying to make sure that no matter what, Melody never come back. So when she put out that picture, remember, Martell said whatever he said, but remember, you have a cheerleader behind him. And when he say those stuff in the court, yeah, we know Melody gonna come. She's gonna come with common sense, and she's gonna make her lawyer throw that out. But then you have the side girl. Remember, the side girl, she want to replace Melody. Melody give her Martell, and then she come and she put up a photo of the security guard. And you wonder, why would you do that? You have the man, and he's now showing you out. So why would you still be on me? And she still be there because she know that Martell, he didn't want to cause the broken home, but as I said, he need therapy, and he has committed what he have done, and he can't go back. It's done and it's over. But she know there's a connection between Martell and Melody, and for that reason, she's always trying to find a way how she can push Melody out of the way. So when Martell is being obsessive over Melody, she can say, "Oh, Martell, leave it alone. Leave it alone." No. She's helped pushing it. She helped pushing the fire. His mom is guilty because of what she and the dad has caused when he was growing up. They are the cause of who he is today. So instead of her telling son, let's stop this, she encouraged him. Where I don't have the clip right now, but in one of the video when he went to court and he's like, "Oh, mom, I wanna stop the court procedure now because I wanna stop the court at this time because it's causing too much money and I have to keep paying lawyer and I don't want to." Remember, he is the one that went to court in the first place. But now he's crying and he's like, "Oh," that's after he's very emotional. And he's like crying, "Oh, mom, I want to stop it. It's costing me too much money. I don't want to keep going to court." But Melody is not backing down. And Melody is like me, where you start a war, I'm going to finish it. I'm going to teach you a lesson. I'm going to teach you a lesson, boy. You wanted war? I'm going to give you war. You want this? I'm going to teach you how you're going to get it. You're not going to come and start with me, and I'm going to let you go easy. Melody is a fighter. And that's why I should teach him a lesson. That he started it, and she's going to finish it. And instead of his mom said, "Martell, you started it. You started it, Martell. You're the one who went to court in the first place. It was not Melody." She said to him, son, you know, I am not. I don't agree. She didn't say, son, I don't agree. She said, son, I agree that you and Melanie need to stop what you're doing. But why don't she just, stop going to court and let you have the chance to work it out? I forgot the full word that she said, but it's something close to what I'm saying. Why don't she just make you sort it out without the court? Why she continue going to court? And she know, because in the first thing she said is, son, I don't understand why you and Melody do not stop this. So she know that it's Martell started it. But then she remember, because when she sat with Melody in one of the video, he said, Mom, we're on TV. And you're not on my side. So she still remember, she's still babying that young boy. So my question and my advice to Martell is, when are you gonna stop? Because your kids are growing up. And it's good that Melody is now making them get help. But your son, your first son, think about your children, for goodness sake. And don't make this girl keep destroying your kids. Because that's why she's there. And now we're gonna lean into Nick Cannon. Because he's also from a broken home. And you have people from broken home committing more. And black men need to understand that being a family is more beneficial for your children growing up, I should say, than they're growing with their mom and you on the side. It's more better for children to grow with both parents in the home. Not dad coming on my birthday. Not dad coming to see me when I'm just because I'm graduating from school. Another broken home.
But going to myself with that pressure of, who am I? Yeah, because, I got married in my 20s still, you know what I mean, to the biggest star in the world. And my trajectory was here, and then hers, she's already in a different stratosphere. So, I would lay up at night thinking, like, is this who I am? Am I Mariah's man? Yeah. Is that what my life is supposed to be? There's nothing wrong with it. I understand it though. And I got really comfortable in it. She got islands, and I'm waking up at noon, and people bringing me steaks on a platter, and I'm like. This ain't the different version of yourself. Exactly. I can't go provide. I can't go hunt. That's who I am. I want to hunt. And then when you have children, and the hierarchy of just your man is like, wait, I can't. I'm carrying a purse, the diaper bag, I'm standing on the corner. I'm like, wait, she rocking being all the alpha that she is. By the way, she deserves it. And she did. I believe she needs a dude like that. Yeah. I'm just not that dude, And it her and I never had problems. Yeah. Never argued. Never even with me struggling in this space. Yeah. She was like, she's so understanding and so evolved and lives in her own world. That's the thing, when someone has their own world, like you said, their own scope, their own bubble, and you gotta be a participant in that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a main character. I was getting mad at myself. It was like muscle atrophy. I'm like, I had a gut. You know what I mean? I was like, it was like, I'm not being the dude that God put me on this earth to be. Yeah. But going to myself.
He said he's not being the man that God put him on the earth to be. What did God put him on the earth to be? A man to carry a broken home? Like, in the Bible, at the beginning of the Bible, in Genesis, it talk about multiplying. But then by the time it get to Moses, he said, "Thou shalt not commit adultery." So this man is obsessed with his superstar. Hello. He's obsessed with her. He's obsessed with Mariah Carey. And now he have gotten her. Now he's not married. And they have children. And there's a problem. What is the problem? He doesn't feel man enough. So Nick Cannon, I'll read a little bit about him. So Nick Cannon was born October the 8th, 1980. He's an American comedian and a TV host, actor, and rapper. He was raised by his grandfather and his father on his father's side. So basically, he was raised by his father and his grandfather. They both, if you look at it, Martell was raised by his mom and his grandmother on his mother's side. Am I linking them? Am I not? Am I linking them together? Because it sounds like the same repeat. And he grew up as a teenager. And he said he was in Lincoln Park, the Blood Street gang. He was there. And one of his friends lose a life. It's like Martell also was in a broken place where he was getting bullied. So he had to leave and go to a different school. So Nick Cannon, he lose a friend, so he had to, like, I think, take himself away from that environment. And until he went on TV and so on. And we know he done a lot of stuff as in his teenager when he was on TV. Nick Cannon pursued a woman that was successful. It's the same as Martell pursue Melody, knowing that she was a person that was hardworking. Melody was doing 2 jobs, which I played the clip already. She was doing 2 jobs. When she saw Martell and she was dating him while they were in college, and she used her money to help him to continue in his college years. It's the same as Mariah Carey. She is super rich at that time when she met Nick Cannon. It's you can see the repeat. They're not the same. They're not from the same home, the same family, but it's the same background. The same. One of them is grown up with their dad and grandfather. Dad is grown by his mom and his grandmother, but they both don't. One don't have his mom, one don't have his dad. But as I said, if you don't grow in a home that is two parents, it's a broken home. It's not the same as a mom and a dad in one home. You know, no one tried to commit a broken home, but life happened. And Nick Cannon, he feel like I am a man and I should not be. And you hear Martell love to use the word I'm a man. He said I'm a man. I can't be holding diaper bag and everything like that. It's the same as Martell saying I'm home cooking. I'm at home cooking, and Melody's out working. Nick Cannon is holding diaper bag and bringing umbrella for her while she's holding her own island. She have tours. She have million in the bank. She's super successful, and he can also be the same. He can build with her, or just build for himself. But she's also gonna be part of it too. But you see, men who are broken, they feel like I don't need to share. Like all this is mine. Because you see at the beginning of the first video, the first video I showed, he's talking about all these things. And he didn't say anything until the very end. He said, "Oh, my wife, she's been so wonderful, encouraging me to continue." But he didn't mention that she helped him in college. It's only a different clip where she's with him, and that's when he said, "Oh yes, my wife, she helped me through college." Because you need to take away that power from her. He's trying to drag that power away from her. Nick Cannon go around and he have different baby mother and committing so many broken home. Yeah, altogether you have 12 children. 12 children. And he's like, the woman that he chose to have kids with, they're not higher than Mariah Carey. They're not better than her. They're below her. And he controlled them where he can go and play a game. He can go and play Happy Family with them on Christmas Day. Or on Halloween, he will dress up in another home and he play the superhero. Or we go on someone's birthday and he's doing this and the women are encouraging it. They're laughing. They're in the video as well. You wonder, why would these women be part of this? Because it's like I am competing with Mariah Carey. So it's like I have Mariah Carey man. I have him. So every chance I get to show myself with him, it's like I'm gonna make her jealous and I have some kind of power. And it's the same thing for that girl, Ariane Curry. She feel like as long as she have Martell, even when they're broken up and he's with someone else, as long as she can get a glimpse where she can show like, oh, look at me with Martell. It's like, I gain you, man, and I have power over you. She want to have power over Melody because she's lower than Melody, but she want to gain that power from her. And because he never gained as growing up, he didn't know the value of family. He doesn't know the value of his own self. So he's competing with his own off. Because when they go in a relationship and when the woman become more successful than them, then now it's trying to compete because it's like, oh, I need to be better than this woman. I need to be better than her. It's not the woman want to be better than the man. It's just the fact how life work out, and they need to feel like they're in control, they have power. Because when you look at Nick Cannon, you would never say he's a narcissist. Why would he's very happy, he's very nice and cool and chill. And I love Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon is one of my favorite actor, rapper, singer, everything. I just love everything about him. But you would never think he's a narcissist. But broken home create narcissists, but they need to feel control. And if they don't feel like they are in control, they will just leave. Or if they don't leave, then they will make your life a living hell. So when Ebony said male life, yes, of course he did. He caused a problem because he's trying to take away that power from her. But he can't because she's who she is. Her life is built because that's how she prepared herself to be. That's how her mom prepared her life to be. Multiple business. That's who she is. She can't change who she are. And he want to control that, but he can't. He can't multiply different business like how she can. Because that's her gift. She's supposed to be rich. She's supposed to be a multimillionaire. And she's going to continue to be that. This is like my career. They're going to continue to be successful. They're going to continue to have support. And these men are there supposed to give them support as well and play a part. But they can't control it because of their ego, their narcissist behavior. And it's all to do with them growing up in a broken home. Because that's what broken home... Children who grow up with two parents, they don't have that narcissist behavior as much. And if they do, there's a problem in the home. So I hope that black family, black man especially out there, I'm not blaming the man because sometimes it's the woman as well. And sometimes things can happen where one parent's die, but it's good to have a village around you, around your children, to help them as they grow and give them support, you know. And that's it for me. That's what I was trying to say and show in my video before that, but I couldn't get to do it because the video was not coming up. I spoke to StreamYard and they said there's maybe some issue with maybe my internet firewall or something caused it. So it didn't show up, and I said I have to make a new video because I didn't show Nick Cannon live, but it's the same as Martell, no different. Nick Cannon, he wasn't bullied, but he was in a gang and he grew up with all of that mess. Same as Martell. Martell, he didn't grow up in a gang, but he grew up being bullied and they're all in the same boat. You basically, if you look at most white family, they don't really grow their children to have broken home. You know, the dad is gonna try his very best to remain in the home, and the mom, she's gonna try her very best to remain in the home because they understand that family unit is very important for success in children. And with black men nowadays, they don't value family. They tend to look toward the rappers, the entertainers, you know, as an excuse to commit more broken home. You have Snoop Dogg, for example. He sing about having all these bees around him. But remember, when you look at Snoop Dogg, he's going home to his wife at the end of the song. The end of the video, when he leaves the studio, he's going home to his wife. His children are in a full function home. You don't hear about Snoop Dogg children doing craziness or anything like that. You don't hear that. His daughter, she's married right now. Even though his son have, I think his son have a, I think a son or a daughter, and he's still with the baby mother. He's not married, but he's still with the baby mom. So we don't know if they're gonna get married. And then you look at T.I. and Tiny's son, and he's out there giving so much trouble, and everybody's like, how is he giving so much trouble? He grew up with a mom and a dad. He grew up with wealth. Why is he giving all these trouble? And this is what he said. Oh, you see my mom and you see my dad, but I didn't go with them. I go with my grandma. So now he's trying to use a broken home as an excuse for his behavior. He's saying, oh, my home was broken because I didn't go with mom or dad. I go with my grandma. So my life is not as you think it is. They would only bring us to the home to video. You know? And that's T.I. You guys know about T.I.'s son. He's been arrested. He's now just have a baby. And everyone is questioning, why? Why is he behaving this way? He have his mom. He have his dad. But we know that for years, T.I. was treated on Tiny for years. And that could also affect the children as well. So even though T.I. and Tiny are together, he been cheating for years. For years, he been cheating on Tiny. And now his son grow up to let we know that he were not living with T.I. and Tiny. He was with his grandma. So now I'm committing all these crime and I'm doing all these things because I am from a broken home. So why so many broken homes by black men? Why? And when it's gonna stop? Because these men, they grow up and they wanna compete with their wife. And people who grow up with two parents, they understand the difference. They know the difference. Yeah. Thank you to everyone for watching and listening. Please like the video and subscribe for more.